Marvel is ready to go ahead and launch a brand new Daredevil series, but how does this Daredevil series manage to really stand apart from the past Daredevil books that have relaunched so frequently over the past couple years? My name is ArakkoBraddock, and today I wanted to go ahead and dive deep into Marvel's latest Daredevil #1 to go ahead and explore what does or does not make this particular issue stand out. Before we go ahead and dive any deeper, I want to encourage you to like the video if you're interested and go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll get the newest content as soon as it drops, and I can go ahead and continue to produce more excellent comic book work over on this channel. So I wanted to quickly break down my thoughts on Daredevil #1 with everybody, but before we do so, let me go ahead and back this train up and introduce the full creative team for this brand new chapter in Daredevil's life. This issue is written by Chip Zdarsky. Chip Zdarsky is one of the most prolific writers at Marvel, and a really fan favorite creator for his illustrations on the popular sex criminal series written by Matt Fraction. This is not the first Daredevil #1 by Chip Zdarsky. He actually had the chance to write the series over the past couple of years, so this is kind of the genesis of the previous work. Daredevil was also drawn by illustrator Marco Checchetto in the past, who is returning to draw this series as well. And the series was colored by Matthew Wilson with letters from VC's Clayton Cowles, and the cover for the issue was also drawn by Checchetto with art from Wilson as well. And next up, I wanted to just give the disclaimer that there's going to be some light spoilers for recent developments in Daredevil. And I'm essentially going to spoil everything up to this most recent #1 issue. So if you want to take a chance and really get caught up on the old Hornhead, I definitely encourage you to go back and check out previous comics. But really where this Daredevil series picks up on is recovering all the pieces that were left behind from Chip Zdarsky's recent event with Daredevil that he just concluded called Devil's Reign. And what this essentially did was kind of reestablish Daredevil villain Kingpin Wilson Fisk, but now Wilson Fisk has essentially been taken off the board, and we're just trying to pick up the pieces of where Daredevil currently is. Now, one of the most interesting stories about this new Daredevil #1 is that each Daredevil is split, or the Daredevil mantle is split into two different roles. So we currently have Matt Murdock operating as Daredevil, just as usual. But on the side over here, we have Elektra operating as Daredevil as well. This was a recent change that happened earlier in Chip Zdarsky's run, and I'd encourage you to go ahead and check that out if you're interested in it. But really, what this issue really does is refocus what's currently going on with Matt Murdock. The issue really heavily references past continuity, which I think is a major mistake from Zdarsky, mainly because I don't think everybody who's coming into this Daredevil #1 really had the opportunity to check out all of the previous issues. And usually I like continuity, but I don't think that all of this continuity from previous years referenced in this issue is really bringing the book forward. Also, I was really distracted by some of the action sequences. I think Chip Zdarsky is a little bit melodramatic with some of the interior monologue and even dialogue that's written for Daredevil. And I've actually been holding my tongue a little bit on this because I've noticed that in some recent comics from Zdarsky, we've seen this trend just kind of reinforce itself. And I really wanted to take a moment and say that if you're going to, have Daredevil sleep with someone, or if you're going to implement, high octane action or explosions, there really needs to be a reason why it's here in the first place. It just can't be shoehorned in to support the other ideas that are coming from this book. But I don't want to get any further in this review without pointing out the excellent artwork from Marco Checchetto. Whenever there is an explosion, it is drawn beautifully. The radar sequence looks phenomenal as well. My biggest hang-up actually with Checchetto's art is actually in this assignment itself, because I don't really see how this incarnation of Daredevil is really pushing Checchetto forward as an artist. Checchetto has been drawing Daredevil for years, going all the way back to when Greg Rucka was like working on the Punisher character. So I know full and well, what he's capable of. At the end of the day, this is still like, I would say solid, 5, 6 out of 10 Daredevil. It's interesting. It's drawn really well. Marco Checchetto's art is really nice. And the backup artwork is a little bit more animated and expressive. I was really happy to see kind of that change in direction for the second part of the story. But going forward, I want to see Chip really focus on the plotting of the series. And instead of giving us so many villains that we've seen in the past, I want him to just totally take everything that's been established with Daredevil and build on it. I like how this book is a little bit tied into the current work on Punisher, by Jason Aaron and Jesus Saiz. I think maybe those books collaborating more closely, like really closely, could really, bring this title back into prominence. And I just hope that, going forward, we really see a more focused direction for this Daredevil series, where both Daredevils are really going to have a lot of things to do in the run. And, just want Daredevil to feel like a carefully, paced ballet where there's so much tension and it's all resolved artfully in this really, unique manner, just like the television series currently on Netflix. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for coming to the video. Really, I just wanted to go ahead and throw some criticism, towards Daredevil, and really just say that there needs to be kind of a more focused approach. I make videos weekly over on the channel. Please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so I can keep making more videos. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter and check me out on Twitch. I'm at ArakkoBraddock. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around for my review of the brand new Daredevil #1, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.